Hello again everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're continuing Pete Sampras tennis today. We've got F Atali that we're going to be playing in this round. So I'm not too sure why it said I was playing a woman last time, but anyway, that's fine. Right, okay, so where were we? Let's see, this is quite easy actually. I don't remember this game being this easy, but I'm certain that when we get into the further rounds it's going to get more and more difficult, which is absolutely... Get me! Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably get a bit more difficult. Oh boy, okay, well, I mean, so where are we at? What's the state of play with this channel really, I guess? Not that I've really got much to tell. I finished The King of Mortal Kombat Part 1, so we've got Mortal Kombat 2 Part 1, sorry, to show off. Part 1 actually isn't as long as I thought it was going to be, because I did write 16 pages of voiceover, and Part 1's actually only 11 minutes long, so if I'd have known that beforehand, before recording, I would have maybe made it just one episode. So Part 2 will probably be either the same or longer. However, I find watching an 11-12 minute video better than watching a 24-minute video anyway. Bound to kind of keep people's attention. So yeah, fuck. Jesus Christ. Well, that didn't work for me, did it? It's now I said I remember this game being more difficult and everything, but it looks like he's just Mr. here is upping his game a little bit. So you can dive on this as well. If you press like C, you can dive. I think it's C. Yeah, there you go. So that's for some impressive shots. If I'm thinking I'm not going to make a particular shot that he throws at me, I can probably reach for it. I was so fascinated by the grunts in this game as well, because it's just like, you know, you're not used to hearing this level of detail in games back then, and like all the voiceover stuff was just so good. That's out. No, it's not. I thought it was going to be out. So last night I had a friend come over, and like he's a huge gamer too. Like he has a bigger game collection than I do as well, and he's got a lot more unique stuff than I do. You know, I think my game collection's approaching like 2,000 physical games. I don't know how you do shots like that, but his is like well over that. And plus he's got some really cool stuff. Like I think he's got a Virtual Boy, and he's got like I think he's got like a Wonder Swan as well. But he's got some really unique stuff, some really cool unique stuff in his collection. And anyway, but he's like just as passionate about video games as I am. Like because like he's one of those people that we grew up together when we were kids, so we had the same upbringing. You know, we both had to you know, work very hard to get the things we've got. And you know, our parents, you know, weren't exactly well off, so when we did get these things for Christmas, like consoles, we were so appreciative. So yeah, he came over, and we're so passionate about games, so every time he comes over, we'll pick a game from my collection and we'll aim to complete it. So it's not going to be a very big game, it'll be a relatively short one, but it'll always be from like the older consoles generations. It will never be like a newer game like we do those on our own. So last night we played Bucky O'Hare on my arcade cabinet. It was okay. It's very repetitive, you know, it's very button bashy, not fantastic, you know, it's a typical arcade game, you know, a coin eater. So we completed that anyway, and we did that quite quickly. Probably took us about 40 minutes, I'd say, if that. So then we needed a new game to play. So I've been kind of wanting to play a Nintendo game, an original Nintendo Entertainment System game, or a NES game. People don't like the term NES, but you know, I could say NES, I suppose. I've been wanting to kind of play one of those for a long time again. So we did. We played Batman. I managed to convince him to play Batman the video game. Now, I love that game because I had it when I was a lot younger, and I think that's still the copy I've had since then as well. I've still got now, and I've always liked it. Loved the graphics, loved the music, and I knew it was a difficult game. But I said to him, I said, look, it's quite a tough game, but I think, you know, if we persevere, we can do it. I don't think it's very long, so we did it. We spent I think we were playing it from about maybe, I'd say about 8 o'clock, and we got, when we reached 10 o'clock, we were up to level 5-1, and we didn't know this at the time, but it turns out that's actually the final level. And no word of a lie, from 10 o'clock till about midnight, we were trying to beat this level. Fucking hell, it was so hard. And like, you know, I know games are getting harder today. People love Souls-like games, right? And they love them for their difficulty. And I don't want to play them because of their difficulty. Because I just want to play a game and enjoy myself, right? And that's literally it. But I am intrigued by them, I'm not going to lie. Like, I played Kena Bridge of Spirits. I think I may have mentioned it before. I didn't know it was a Souls-like game when I bought it. And I managed to complete it. It was tough, but I persevered. I learnt the patterns, and I beat it. I say beat it, I completed it. I don't really like the term beat games. Completed the game. But these Souls players, right, if I would challenge them in one sitting within the same time frame, maybe 3-4 hours, to try and complete Batman, the video game, on the Nintendo Entertainment System, on the NES, because I don't think they could, because that game is so brutal. There's jumps in that game that have to be pixel perfect, and if they're not pixel perfect, you're losing health, and they're not just one health. Your chances you're going to lose a couple of bits of health. I see. Yeah, Liam beat that. I didn't see the beat. I'm not paying too much attention to what I'm reading. We've moved on. LCD. Okay. Clay Court Paris. Who are we facing? Brad. Brad. Not really too sure how to pronounce that, but we're on clay now. I love doing that. You think you're going to get it? They move. Oh, okay, maybe not. But it doesn't fool them too much. I'll have to try and make a note of make a note of the passwords. I can always just rewatch the video, I suppose, can't I? So yeah, that Batman game was brutal anyway. I mean, pixel perfect jumps, quite literally pixel perfect jumps you needed. And if you were off by even just 1 inch, or not even an inch, like a millimeter, again a pixel, you know, you're gonna get hurt. And you need all your health, because you need all your health to get to the boss of that level, who is like insanely difficult as well, by the way, because like we collected all the ammo you could possibly get. We had full ammo and we used it all on the boss, and he still didn't die. So you need all of that, all that health, and then when you beat him, you get the Joker. And then you need the same amount of health, I believe, for him. So it's so brutally difficult. It's so difficult. And if you don't beat the boss and you lose all your lives, you have to start from the beginning of the level, and you have to do all that level with all the pixel perfect jumps again. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I think I'm ready for a Souls-like game now. I really do. Like, I think I'm going to get Stellar Blade. My mate keeps telling me to play Sifu. Because it's on PlayStation Plus Premium, and he said, you know, just it comes with the cost of your subscription. So I'm not one of these people that say, oh, it's free. It's free with Game Pass, because it's not. You're still paying for your subscription. It just comes to you at no extra cost. So it's not free, technically. So yeah. Sorry, I just hate those arguments. I really do. I just, on Twitter, exhausts me sometimes. It really does. With the Game Pass players, and they're just like, oh yeah, why would I buy it if it's free with Game Pass? It's like, it's not free though, is it? You're still paying for your subscription. It just comes at no extra cost to you. Anyway, like, that's just me moaning. Anyway, so, and it's the same with the PlayStation shit. You know, I'm not saying that PlayStation gamers are out of the equation on this. You know, just because yes, PlayStation is my preferred console, it doesn't mean that the PlayStation like hardcore fanboys are any more annoying than the Xbox fanboys, because they are. You know, I'm reading certain. You know, I will admit that my Twitter feed is more PlayStation orientated than it is or Xbox orientated, because I do. PlayStation is my preferred console. I've already explained why that is. You know, because it gave me. I've got better memories. You know, with PlayStation, it's like, you know, gave me such an impressive, such a great childhood, like playing some of their games that I've never seen before. That it's just something that Microsoft can't replicate, unfortunately. You know, I don't think that Microsoft has brought a lot into gaming, but I don't think they've brought as much into it as Sony did. for me. So that's just my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, like, they have done a lot of game-changing things. They introduced achievements, they introduced Xbox Live, which some people would say is a good and a bad thing, because, you know, whilst Xbox Live as a service was amazing, they did everything right with their friends lists and stuff like that. It was Microsoft who decided to start charging people for online gaming that was free to begin with Nintendo and Sony anyway. So they ended up following suit, because why not? If they can get away with it, they can, and they will, and they did. Anyway, look, let's not go into that. So I was talking about Sifu and the fact it was on PlayStation Plus at no extra cost, and so he's telling me to play that. So I said to him, "Is it difficult?" And he said, "Oh, no, it's not. It's not really that difficult. It's just that if you die, you get older, but you get more powerful." I'm like, okay, it sounds interesting. So I looked it up. I did a little Google search. I do like to do a Google search on some games and just try and gauge just how difficult a game might potentially be, because again, I don't really want to sit there spending hours and hours and hours on a really difficult boss that's gonna, like, you know, stress me out or anything like that. That happened with Kingdom Hearts when I got to the final boss on that, and I was underpowered. So that was my own fault, but oh my god, that was fucking brutal. But I did it. I persevered, and it's the same with Kena, really. You know, I persevered and I did do it. Oh, come on. I guess I just got to persevere. So long as I know that there's decent save points, I think I'll be okay with it, to be honest. What I don't like is when there's multiple phases of a boss, and like if you die, you have to do all those multiple phases all over again. That is not something I particularly like. So anyway, so yeah, I looked up Sifu, and according to Google and to some, I guess Google gets its information from players' opinions, maybe. Sifu is considered to be one of the hardest games ever made. So I don't know what my mate is smoking, but that didn't exactly sell the game to me. So I don't think I will be playing Sifu. However, I do want to play Stellar Blade because it does look really, really good. Like graphically, it looks incredible. And another reason why I want to play it now is because it had a Nier Automata skin or DLC just announced. And I've not completed Nier Automata, but I absolutely loved what I played of it. I played 11 hours of it, and it kept crashing on my PS5, and it was a known issue, and it's just something they didn't fix. I guess because they didn't receive like a PS5 patch. But there was this area where like you jump down this hole, and it would crash non-stop. Like every time you go down this hole, it would crash. And there is a way around it, but I didn't want to have to use the way around it. I wanted to just freely explore and not have to worry about the game just crashing. It crashed a lot, to be honest with you, on the PS5. And it was such a shame, and I had to stop playing it as a result of that. However, now the PS5 Pro is coming out, I'm hoping that it eradicates that issue. Maybe it just somehow... it just becomes a bit more compatible or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. But I think what I'll do is I'll reinstall it, because I'm at the exact same space where I was when it started crashing. I'll jump down that hole, and if it continues to crash, then maybe I won't play it, and maybe I'll play it on PC. I'll see. If not, if it works and it's got no issues, then I'll probably start the game again and re-familiarise myself with the mechanics. Because it was a great game, and what an incredible soundtrack. You know, when I first started playing Nier Automata, that first level with the track which is called Alien Manifestation, oh my god, it absolutely sends shivers down my spine. And if anyone's watching this now and has got this far into this video, 14 minutes in, listen to Alien Manifestation from the Nier Automata soundtrack and tell me it doesn't send shivers down your spine. It is beautiful, this song. It is absolutely beautiful. We're Canada, Sorry. I have to, anybody? I'm not your friend, and we're playing P Ventura. P Ventura. I almost said Ventura, but Ventura. Not Ventura as in with an A, like Ace Ventura. So we're playing P Ventura. Is who we're playing in a cement court. So it's like we're playing down at Raffles Park. That's another story. So if anyone's listening to this that's from the area, like Essex, maybe Romford way, there's a park called, as everyone would call it, Raffles Park. Now, for 30 years of my life, no, probably less than that. No, probably about 20 odd years of my life, I was calling this park Raffles Park. It's just how everybody knew it. And I'll be very surprised now if anyone else knows it as any different. I don't know. Don't talk to anyone around that area to ask them what it's called. In actuality, it's called Raphael Park. That's actually the name of the park. It's called Raphael Park, but we all called it Raffles Park. I have no idea why, because maybe it's just because we're from Essex, we're from Romford, and our IQ is generally quite low. I don't know. I do apologise if that's offended anyone else from Romford that hasn't, like, who's not dumb like me. But yeah, we used to always call it Raffles Park. They've got tennis courts in there and they're all concrete, and that's what it is like. Anyway, this is a tough opponent. Like, this is someone who's actually given me a game here. This is game on, and I actually might need to concentrate. Oh, well, she's making mistakes. Unforced errors. Oh, that's all right. We're all right. We're 2-0 up here. We're doing all right.
Second service.
Shoot, they always do it wrong the first time, never the second. Have it. Nice. Oh, that's probably the least I've spoken now since recording. Yeah, so Stellar Blade looks amazing anyway. I mean, and I'm pretty sure that's going to get a PS5 Pro patch as well. So I'm so looking forward to the PS5 Pro. So I mean, I got my pre-order confirmed. So very happy about that. They're widely available now anyway, but like when it was pre-order time to pre-order, I was in a waiting room for over an hour, and there was like so many people trying to get one. I was convinced at that point I weren't getting one. So they did go out of stock. I think from like 12 p.m. to probably about like 4 p.m. in the UK, everything was out of stock, with the exception of the 30th anniversary portal, and. Oh, what a shot! I'm pretty sure I didn't actually hit that ball, but what a save that was.
40.
Yeah, so but they're back in stock again, so that is just widely available. So I could just waited. I mean, I could have waited to get it from somewhere like the Game Collection as well, because shout out to the Game Collection. They won't be watching this, but you know, their social media manager, I believe, who seems like such a top bloke. You know, he's so witty. You know, I wish I had a quick wit like his, who responds to tweets online in the manner that he does. They've just started on YouTube as well now. They've got their own channel. They're starting to upload more content, more shorts, more like top 5 videos and stuff like that, which is great to see. They're an excellent retailer, honestly. Like, you know, people wonder why, you know, you support certain retailers, like they're money making businesses. They don't care about you, they just care about the money. That's what people say. I don't think that's true. Like these guys, I think they're just genuine gamers. They really are. They're everything that game aspired to be. The original game. You know, like, you know, they pretend. I find that when every time I used to go into a game store, there were phonies. You know, they wouldn't know much about games, and they wouldn't know about upcoming stuff and everything like that. But Game Collection seemed like proper genuine people, so shout out to them. You know, I could have got my PS5 Pro through them, but I was panicked, I guess is probably the correct word, because I thought I was going to miss out, and I wanted to get the first batch because I didn't want to miss out, so I got it directly through PlayStation. And I could have gone through Top Cashback and got some money back on it too, but I didn't. It would only be about £6 anyway off the 700. But very, very, very happy. And also, and I don't mean to disrespect Game Collection in any way, shape or form, but buying it from PlayStation means that I don't have to put the full sum down now. They will take the money when it ships, whereas with Game Collection I would have had to pay the full sum there and then. That's the only thing I would wish they change, is that they don't take your money until they've shipped. That's the only thing. That's my biggest criticism. And that's my only criticism, to be honest, because they're amazing. They have a fucking fantastic rewards program where like you buy some games and they'll give you like points to then use as discount on games later down the line. They're just so good. They are so good. My favourite retailer by far. I switched from Shop 2 to go to them because I want Shop 2 kind of just like started branching out into other things outside of gaming, and they started missing their pre-order dates. So I just thought, no, that's okay. I don't want this to happen to something that's going to be very important, such as a console. Missing a console pre-order date on launches for me is an absolute no-no. That's just the second that happens, I'm out. You don't do that. So, and unfortunately, Shop 2 did that. So that's where I was game over for them. I haven't pre-ordered a console through Game Collection. I've only pre-ordered games, and they've not really missed their pre-order date. The only good thing about Shop 2 is you did used to get the game early. Anyway, I'm sure you don't really care about any of this. You just want to see me play the game and talk about the game, probably, mate. But the thing is, though, is like with tennis games, it's like I don't really know if there's much to talk about, and I go off on tangents on other things, like just sharing my opinion, and I'm not too sure that's kind of a turn off probably for a lot of people, but they probably want to know about this game. But what is there to talk about this game? I mean, the graphics are great. I love the graphics. This would look better on a CRT television because you can see there's like probably potential like differing effects that a CRT would utilise, and it would like absolutely look better on a CRT. You can get scan lines on. I'm playing this on a Mega SG, which is the FPGA Mega Drive by Analog, and you can put scan lines on, but I just don't really think they don't look real enough to me. So they look too artificial. So I don't use them. That's it. Right, okay. Well, that's the end of that one as well. So I've beaten Ventura, and we're now off to Barcelona. Sink or swim is the password, and I need to make a note of that. Perhaps maybe we can get another episode in. I'm recording these back to back, so maybe I can get one more recording in before I quit for the day, because it's a Saturday, and we can continue this another time. But for now, that's the end of this episode, and I do hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed listening to me waffle on about shit that isn't really about the game, but hopefully that just kind of makes the episode interesting. Anyway, I don't know, we'll see. I really implore anyone to watch this video to leave a comment, either telling me to shut up or otherwise, because I'll take it on board. It may hurt my feelings a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, you're being honest. So anyway, like and subscribe to the channel if you would, if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in part 3. Take care.